मैं आपको एक छोटा सा एग्जांपल बता देता हूँ। आज की डेट में मैंने एक वीडियो बना रखा है आज से 2 साल पहले, जिसमें है कि हमें प्यास लगती क्यों है। आपका मेडिसिन सिस्टम जो होता है, जो आईसीयू होता है, उसमें आप आईवी तो देते ही देते हैं 90% से ज्यादा पेशेंट्स को, थिंकिंग दैट अ पर्सन इज डिहाइड्रेटेड। डू यू हैव एनी डेफिनेशन ऑफ डिहाइड्रेशन? एनी? हाँ, डिहाइड्रेशन की कोई डेफिनेशन है दुनिया में?
प्रॉपर डेफिनेशन तो नहीं है सर।
आपकी जो भी डेफिनेशन, इम्प्रॉपर डेफिनेशन है, मैं उसको 24 घंटे के अंदर खत्म कर सकता हूँ। मेरे पास इतना डाटाबेस है कि उसके बाद में आप मेडिकल साइंस कह ही नहीं सकती डिहाइड्रेशन क्या होता है। माई डेफिनेशन ऑफ डिहाइड्रेशन इज द बेस्ट इन द वर्ल्ड, और वो डिहाइड्रेशन की डेफिनेशन वो है जो पूरी दुनिया से 95% बीमारियों को खत्म कर देती है।
तो सर आपके हिसाब से क्या है डिहाइड्रेशन? व्हाट इज डिहाइड्रेशन?
See, body's fluid, 70% approximately, whether it is 60% or 70%, I am not getting into that.
Made up of water.
Is body weight's 60-70% is water. Where is this fluid? 10% of the total fluid. No, 10% of the total fluid is there in the blood.
Yes.
And 90% of the fluid is there in the cells and space between the cells.
Extracellular cells.
Right. Now, this balance is what decides whether you are healthy or unhealthy. If you are drinking lot of fluids, if you are drinking fluid after the meals or before the meals and nothing with the meals, see, your fluid is absorbed in two places. One is your small intestine and one is your large intestine. Both places your fluids are absorbed. Now, if you are drinking lesser fluids with your meals, your blood volume will shrink. It will go down and there will be imbalance. And if you are drinking most of the fluids before or after the meal, your this fluids will be absorbed in the large intestine, resulting into high fluid in the cells. So this proportion is disturbed. What is the job of the blood? To deliver the nutrients to the cells.
Yeah.
In case your fluid in the cells go up, what will happen? You will need more nutrients to compensate for the increase in the fluids. And that is to be supplied by the blood. Now, if that is to be supplied with the blood, then who controls what is the mechanism of controlling the nutrients in the blood? Your liver and kidney controls the proportions of various nutrients in the blood. So they'll start releasing more. In case there is a lot of fluid in the cells do the metabolic activity, cells create the energy. So in case your energy not sufficient to manage your vital organs, 80%, 70% of the total energy produced in the body is used by your vital organs. So in case your heart does not get enough energy, you will have high cholesterol. The cause of cholesterol increase is not fats and oils. It is only and only because of the increase of fluids in the cells. Then the demand for the fat will increase, or carbohydrates will increase. In case that increases, your liver and kidney will start releasing more of these. Your blood will become thicker, but at the same time your blood will deliver more nutrients to the cells, and ultimately over a long period of time, after 6 months or 1 year or 5 years, your blood will start shrinking. Instead of 6 to 7% or 7 to 8% of the body weight, it will be lesser than that. And that will make it more this thing, and your veins which are thinner, like let us say your skin. So I think skin's veins are thinnest in the body. So what will happen is, any disease you have, any health condition you have, first of all your skin will get affected. It will not get the blood supply because the blood is thicker now. Your vital organs, veins which supply the blood to the vital organs are thicker, so they will get affected at the end. So body's defense system is perfect. There is no medicine needed for any chronic disease. You need medicines or you need some kind of help only for accidents. So, and if you look at other data, you said that there are studies done and all that stuff. So you need to consider one study, one numbers. In the normal population, the incidence of diabetes is only 9%, 8% or 10%. In the nurses, it is about 13 to 14%. And in the doctors, it is 26%. And the similar numbers are there, or worse numbers are there for blood pressure also. 10% of the population is hypertensive. 36% of the doctors are hypertensive. It is not because of the lifestyle. It is not because of anything. It is just because they feel like they are having a solution in terms of medicines. Medicine is no solution for any chronic disease. And aging, even aging is a metabolic syndrome only. Like, what did you say just now? Your health concern is what? Acidity.
Acidity, yes.
So acidity means how much water intake do you have per day?
सर बहुत ज्यादा होता है वैसे तो, क्योंकि मैं जिम वगैरह भी करता हूँ, तो मेरे ख्याल से 4 to 5 लीटर्स हो जाता होगा.
अब आपको करना क्या है? हाँ, आपको करना सिर्फ एक ही है. आपका एसिडिटी इज ओनली 2-year-old एंड योर एज इज ऑल्सो नॉट मच. आपको सिर्फ अपना
सॉरी सर, बट 2 years ज्यादा नहीं है मेरे ख्याल से.
सर 20-20 साल ये तो लाइफ लॉन्ग डिसीज होती है जो कभी ठीक नहीं होती है मेडिसिन सिस्टम से, जो डॉक्टर के पास.
ओनली 2 years old बोला तो मैं तो मुझे लगा है, मतलब ये इतना मेजर नहीं, मैं अब तक इसको बहुत मेजर समझ कर रहा.
सर आप अभी एज के ऊपर भी डिपेंड करता है ना. जिस एज में हो आप अपने आप से सारी चीजें कंट्रोल कर सकते हो, बहुत तेजी से कंट्रोल कर सकते हो. आप एक्सरसाइज करना बंद कर दो, दैट इज द वर्स्ट थिंग फॉर द एसिडिटी. Acidity means indigestion. Indigestion means your digestive system consumes about 20 to 30% of the total energy produced in the body. So your digestive system does not have enough energy left for digestion, and it is basically acidity should be renamed as indigestion only. Okay. So if you are able to provide more energy for your digestive system, your acidity is over. See what is like digestion. Digestion is not passing the stool. Digestion
absorbing the nutrients.
That is the only thing. And not only absorbing the nutrients, that is also important.
Absorbing the water also.
No, it's not even that. See, your food particles should be finely smoothened out. Because what will happen in the beginning, when you have indigestion, your stomach acid is not sufficient, your food is not made into a fine paste. It will have particles which will cause abrasion in the small intestine, and because of those abrasions, openings will be bigger, and maybe you will start absorbing more nutrients also. But ultimately, after some time, your intestine will get damaged. It will have there scar tissues are there. Whenever you have an injury, whenever you have a cut in the skin or tissue,
healing process is scar tissue.
Scar tissue is never as good as your natural tissue.
It's never good.
It loses its flexibility. It is less absorbent. It will not function as good as normal tissue.
As good as normal one, yes.
So what will happen in case there's an abrasion in your small intestine and large intestines? Its absorbing capacity will diminish over a period of time. Maybe initially it will increase, and if it diminishes, then your digestive system is spoiled. And if you have indigestion, that will all lead to lesser amount of energy in the body. Lesser amount of energy means lesser everything, and then it's a vicious circle. You have one thing, other thing, that's it.